What's up, guys? Calcebasta here. Today's Tuesday. Wrapping up the weekend. Obviously, Juve and Napoli picking up draws, dropping important points. One for fourth place, and one, obviously, the battle for the title. Milan and Inter both picking up wins, and Benzema and Vlahovic, one of the most informed nines in the world right now, and one that's not really living up to par, because of the system he's in. So obviously, like Juve, it's a game that Juve was supposed to go and pick up points. Bologna already troubled Milan. They had the goalless draw with Milan, and they still have the game to play with Inter, that makeup game that they want the 3-0, 4, whatever. But I don't know if you guys were able to catch the game, but it was like it came down to 2 red cards to open up the game for Juve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I saw the stats.
If it's just a matter of you saw the game and you obviously you watch Juve a lot closer than us, but I don't know if it's a matter of just the system or even the urgency, because maybe at this point, maybe after that loss to Inter in the derby, that they thought maybe, all right, it's over. I don't know. That's never like Juve's mentality though. So I don't know if I would pin it on that. You know what I mean? But I mean, other teams, I feel like, for example, you look at Napoli, right? I can totally see a situation where Napoli last week, they lost to Fiorentina and they're like, all right, season's over. And then they go in against Roma and Spalletti, it's as if Spalletti didn't even give a crap about that game.
Yeah.
The way he approached it. So I don't know if it's not in Juve to do that, as far as the Juve we know, that's won 9-10 in a row.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but obviously, the red cards helped and they got the point.
It's a cycle change. It's the cycle. Just because this year's gone the way that it has. I think that it's definitely a big learning curve, because all these players have been playing. They played under one manager for so many years, and you bring in another small group, played under another manager, 2 managers for 2 years, and then now I think this season just needs to end. Juve needs to pray to finish in the top 4, and then make a couple signings in the summer, fresh start. That's all. That's all really.
Juve and Napoli, it's over for them. It's just Champions League at this point.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Napoli's in Champions League, though. Napoli's not going to fall off of Champions League.
They should be in the Champions League, but I mean, from Roma they're at 9 and Juve's 4. Yeah, if Napoli wins 2 more games, they're good. I
think we lost Dan.
I think he's gonna.
Look at him. He's just stuck.
Oh God. Take good pictures. He's coming in twice. Oh, Darius, I do all the canteen. We saw you twice.
What happened?
We saw you twice.
What do you mean you saw me
now
twice?
Luca, I can't hear Luca now. What's going on?
Oh, I muted my thing.
My Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is shit.
You froze, and then it was you in the top left frozen, and then you talking in the bottom right. All right.
No, we're good.
We'll pick up where we were. Yeah. So what were you saying, Dan? It was. I
was just saying it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. We're just trying to get the Champions League. That's it.
Yeah.
No, but then Luca was saying Napoli's in already, and we were just saying.
And then.
Technically,
Dan died.
Yeah, and then lagged out. But I mean, Napoli should be in realistically. If they can't get 2 out of the next 5 wins, then I don't know. Then they have issues.
Yeah, but
they should be in. Yeah, you. I mean, even the whole the whole Roma is gonna grab the spot from Juve thing. I think that's far fetched. They're 5. They're 5 from Juve. Juve's, I know that you're gonna say they drop points to Bologna, but their schedule is
they have an easy schedule. Look, they have the easiest schedule.
No, I think the top 4 stays the way that is, and I the only thing that changes is I think Inter is still the favorite, so Inter will should surpass if we go off what we see on paper and whatever in form, then Inter surpasses Milan, but it's them too for the title.
Yeah.
Look, I'll be really pissed. I'll be really pissed if Juve don't make the Champions League and Roma does, because they cannot go. They cannot go. I won't allow it. I won't stand here for it.
Roma Champions?
Roma Champions League. I can't. I can't.
They can win the Conference League though. You won't be happy with that.
What happens if you win the Conference League? If you win the conference,
they can win. They can win the
so.
ICC. They can win the International Champions Cup. I don't.
What does that mean though, Johnny? Because if Roma wins the Conference League, right, they go to Europa League. But if they finish 5th, they're already going to Europa League anyway. So who the hell goes to?
I think another Italian team would get in, like to the Europa League.
They'll just bump them up.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Before. I think that's how it works.
Speaking of Juve, I saw this stat on Vlahovic the other day. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty hard to believe, but I mean, there is a bigger spread of games that he had with Fiorentina. With Fiorentina, he scored a goal every 169 minutes of play. And since he's joined Juve, he's had a goal every 136 minutes. That's so hard to believe, man.
Yeah, but it's also less sample size.
There is a less sample size.
Because 14 games for Juve with 50 appearances for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's always going to have growing pains, but it is worrisome because he is such a good player. And like, literally he scored a goal off of just a fluke incident against Cagliari. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't his goal, really.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the defender just
found him.
The defender literally kicked it off of him and it just went in. Like, he didn't score against Bologna, did he? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did.
He did?
Morata's bicycle.
Morata had the bicycle.
Pass. Oh, yeah.
And then he had it in at the back post.
My bad.
He was in the right place.
But he's a great player. I'm not taking anything away from his talent because
he'll be fine.
He's probably the best striker in Serie A. He's probably the best striker in that Serie A. It's just that Allegri still has not figured out a way to get that team working and playing, and I would be worried if I was a Juve fan because after a year
in the summer, they need a refresh.
I'd be worried after
being
next
there,
year.
it's weird.
I'd be worried depending on if they get the signings and it still doesn't work. I don't think I'd be too worried right now.
No,
I think after last year, you knew that Juve was not Inter and Milan were the favorites going into this year.
Yeah,
and I would say honestly, the most realistic thing is that Napoli and Juve would have gotten a Champions League spot. That's where it is. And honestly,
I think the season is going the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, realistically speaking,
going the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, realistically speaking, it honestly played out the way it should have. If it ends like this,
like Napoli fans deluded themselves. I tried my best the whole season not to. You guys know, I was always saying, top 4 is the priority. Top 4, it literally is. But my point is, especially on Twitter, you see Napoli fans all the time going like, "Oh, it's Scudetto or bust now, Scudetto or bust now," just because we're in the running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to look at the past 3. We haven't made the Champions League in the past 3 seasons. We went 7th place and 5th place. Like, you can't just expect the team to win the Scudetto. Like, if we were allowed to win the Scudetto, that's the fact that we're even in it at this point shows that this league is really, really bad right now. Like, it's in a very bad place.
No,
because Napoli is not.
I think you're
Napoli is not. Napoli is not a team that should be winning a Scudetto right now. They're not.
But Napoli, but Napoli is also going back to what we said. Napoli is also a team that, I'm sorry, you're winning the game 1-0 yesterday against Roma. These are crucial points. You cannot give up.
Take away the
first
point.
Chances.
Take it away. I get it. Take away the points lost. Like, I get it. When you lose to Spezia and Empoli at home, how do you expect to win a league? You can tie Roma. You can tie.
Sure, but where did those results come from?
You could lose to Milan.
But where did those results come from? Come on, you mean to tell me that a team like Napoli should be tying?
No, that's not what he's saying.
Should be losing with Empoli?
I'm not saying that, Luke. I'm not even saying that. Like, I genuinely believe Napoli is the 2nd or 3rd best team in this league. I think Inter is by far the best. But besides the point is, we are not ready to win a league. These players have never been ready to win the league. The only time they were ready to win the league was when they got 91 points. Because you get 91 points, you should be winning a league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If we didn't
They
win
took responsibility. We took responsibility that year. They were like, we have the team to win it, and they played their best. They didn't win it, and that's it. You know what I mean? Then you got to recycle. Then you got to make a new cycle.
Well,
didn't do shit. They didn't do shit.
it circles to the same thing.
They did make a cycle. What do you mean? What do you started?
They didn't make a new cycle. I'm saying
you started. You brought in a different manager.
Piece by little, very little by little. Little by little. You can't do it little by little. That had to be like an overhaul, right?
I see what he's
saying. But why would it? But from the season that you made 91 points, why does it have to be an overhaul? You just work off of that.
It's not like, and it didn't work with Ancelotti. It's not like he tried it with Ancelotti.
Yeah, but it's not like you guys finished 7th place that year and
I'm sorry,
we need to revamp everything.
I don't mean from that season. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
From the Ancelotti season.
I meant from the 7th place. Do you know how many players should have been taken off the team after that year?
What were the changes, though? What were the changes? Was
Manolas and Alan left.
Manolas and Alan left.
Jorginho left after 2017.
Albiol left. Jorginho left.
Okay.
Albiol left.
Who did you bring in, though?
We got rid of our best players.
Retiring, basically.
We got rid of some of our best players.
Who did you bring in?
Didn't replace him.
Fabian. Fabian was great.
He was the only. Yeah. Fabian was a great replacement. Di Lorenzo was a great replacement because he came right after. Maggio was still there.
Osimhen, he was there already.
No, Osimhen came last year. Osimhen came last year, and then he's been hurt for half the season both years.
But there's players like Luka. There's players like Zielinski. There's players like Zielinski that we're always saying he's 28. You know that? He's 28. Okay. We've been saying it's gonna be his year next year. It's gonna be his year next year for 5 years. 5 years. We've been saying that.
But
what the fuck has he done?
What the fuck has he done? But Zielinski, he's been important for you guys. You need the squad at the end of the day. You need the squad.
I get it. But when you put so much importance on guys like him that are not reliable, how do you expect to win a league?
That's the issue.
Yeah, it comes to reliability.
How do you expect to win a league?
And mentality. It's always the same thing. We go in circles every time we talk about Napoli. It's the same shit every time. It's the same thing. You even on paper now, you look at the team. They have good enough players to win the league.
They have good enough players.
Not the best team. Like
they're not the best team, but
like Dan said,
don't get me wrong. Don't even fucking get me started on Spalletti too, because
I was just gonna bring him up.
Sta iniziando a rompere il cazzo.
That's another thing. That's another thing. What mentality?
Bald.
What mentality thing do we have with him coming in? Like it's been all talk. That's the problem.
I don't understand him. When Insigne doesn't want to play like a player, like a soccer player, he leaves him in the whole game. When he finally looks like an actual player, like an athlete, he takes him off. Yeah. And when we actually need him, he takes him off. Same with Osimhen. Osimhen, same thing. Like he was having a pretty good game, I thought.
Dude, he got all the subs wrong. All of them.
Every sub. The only sub that he had to make was Lobotka. That was a bad sub, regardless.
Honestly,
it's a bad sub
because
he was
Lobotka was. He got a knock.
I think as soon as Lobotka came off, that was it.
I caught the game at work, and it was like the whole 70%, 75% of the game. I would say Napoli controlled the game. Roma. For me, I think Roma did enough to at least get a tie.
Yeah, they
did.
They were good. But it's like
no one's denying.
No, sure. But like it's worrisome when you start watching like the last 6-7 minutes of the match because
they didn't have a shot.
The referee gave it added on time. It almost looked like the team that was leading the whole game was Roma when you watched.
Listen.
Luca, Napoli had 8 minutes. Roma scored the 89th minute. Napoli had 9 minutes. They had 9 minutes. 91st. Cazzo se ne vote. It's enough time. 7 or 8 minutes.
7 minutes.
To put a shot on goal.
Nothing.
They didn't get a shot.
They were scrambling to keep. They were scrambling to keep the ball. They were like.
You know how many times? I saw Rachmani? You know how many times I saw Rachmani and Mario Rui just punt the ball forward to nobody? When Osimhen's on, they don't do it. But when the midgets are on, when Mertens and Elmas is on, they got to punt the ball up like they're LeBron James.
I watched the whole game.
That's where Roma's goal came from.
45 minutes of the first half, Roma had one shot. Napoli dominated. I wouldn't even say Napoli dominated for 75%. They didn't. They dominated maybe for 50. I think it was pretty after that second half.
For the first half, and then maybe like 10 minutes of the second.
Yeah, 40 minutes and the whole stoppage time was all Roma. And honestly, it came down to we got to like Lobotka came out in like the 58th because whatever he was injured or whatever. And like Dan said, it was over. That whole half an hour plus stoppage time, all Roma. We didn't do anything. Ever since, as soon as the Barca came out, Spalletti went into the, I have the 1-0 lead. I'm going to defend. He turned into Simeone at that point. He thought, we're Atletico Madrid. We can defend the ball. Let's park the bus. That never works for us. It's never worked for Napoli.
We're not
ever.
Atletico. That's the thing. Like
we're not Atletico. They're at least defensively sound, and everyone's going to see this. Or whoever sees this, they're going to be like, but Napoli had one of the best defensive records in the league before.
That wasn't because of the defense.
That wasn't because of the
defense.
Midfield.
It's not because of the back line.
So then
it was because of the midfield.
Exactly. But we were just not meant to do that, and he basically threw in the towel at that 60-minute mark and was like, I defend. If we get the tie, we didn't lose. That's what it looked like. You don't take out. Listen, you don't get late to the game and then take out Osimhen. He took out every single attacker, every single one. You have to have one person up there. After Mancini came out, they could have easily been susceptible to a long ball over the top. And who's the best at that?
That's
in
what
possibly
happens.
The whole league. Osimhen.
That's what happens. You take Osimhen off, and you're just inviting.
The only person left forward. Up top was Mertens.
That's the issue. And if I'm Roma, I would rather be posted up against Mertens than Osimhen. You can send as many men forward, and you're not susceptible to any counter.
You're gonna take Osimhen out. All right, then you put in Politano or Unas because you need someone that at least can bring the ball up front and take pressure off you. No, none of it. It was as soon as he started taking off the attackers, I knew it. It was over. That goal was coming from the 60th minute. That Roma goal was coming. I didn't even flinch. I didn't bat an eye. I didn't bat.
Someone needs to Photoshop him, like just the bald, fat, unemployed man on a couch. That's it.
I didn't bat an eye. That's what he was after that. We knew that goal was coming. As soon as the goal was coming, I just went.
Johnny, I watched the whole second half in the library at WestCon. All right, literally just like this, the whole time, like that. Like my face just numb, because that's what this team has done to me. I feel really bad saying it, and I was texting you last night, but I don't feel anything for this team anymore. Like genuinely, they win a big game, and I'm like, oh cool, they won a big game finally. And but I know that the next week it's because of this history the past 3 years, it's like they've killed me. They've killed a lot of fans.
Yeah.
What they've been doing.
They turn a lot of fans against each other too.
That's not even that. I'm not even trying to insinuate that I don't care about that. I will always care about Napoli 100%. Like they will live in my heart forever.
No, it's just little by little.
That's my club. But it's becoming more of I'm protecting my feelings at this point. Like I'm protecting my emotions.
You guys bash me for being pessimistic. Why do I do? I do this. I literally turned it into my lifestyle. I swear, Napoli affected my whole lifestyle. Now I just expect the worst in everything. And when it happens, I go, I was right. That's it. It's the worst. It's the worst way to be. But honestly, it makes me feel less disappointed. And that's how it's because of this freaking team. I'll tell you that.
I mean, look, you guys have 5 games left, to really, you guys have.
No, don't even fucking talk. Don't even say it. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, okay.
I don't want to hear
it. End it there. That's it.
I don't want to hear you have 5
Napoli's
games.
not even going to compete.
No,
we have 5 games. Fuck.
We're not.
I don't want to watch this.
We're not going to compete. And it's
I wish this season ended yesterday.
That could lead in right into let's just talk about Inter and Milan real fast before we move on to the conversation, because that's the difference. Inter is in form. During this, obviously, this is live. We're recording right now in the middle of the afternoon. They're leading 2-0 at halftime against Milan. Inter that's it. They're in form.
Inter is cruising.
Milan is keeping the pace, but
Did
forget
Inter
it.
Scored again?
Yeah, they scored again. Forget it, dude. For Napoli and Juve, forget it, dude. It's literally you need Napoli themselves need Inter to drop 5 points.
Lautaro again.
They need them to lose a game and draw 3. Like, come on, it's not happening. Look, and they hold the tie break too.
Inter has 6 matches left. They have the makeup versus Bologna. It's going to be played in a few weeks in literally 6 days.
No,
8
next
days.
Wednesday. Yeah.
So Inter has Roma. You know that Mourinho is going to try to crash the party. They have Udinese, Empoli, Cagliari, Samp.
They're going to get a second star in this shit.
It's just Mourinho that might take
it. They're going to get the second star, and that's it.
Mourinho's going to go there and maybe make it hard.
Mourinho's not going to do shit, dude. Mourinho chiuinderist e Moratti. Chiuinderisti. Yeah, I'm telling you. Come on.
And Milan, Lazio, Fiorentina, Hellas, Atalanta, Sassuolo.
Milan has it tough, but we're worried about Inter.
Milan has it tough. I personally think that against Fiorentina, Milan's gonna draw, and against Atalanta, Milan's gonna lose.
That's interesting because Atalanta has been absolutely dreadful.
Atalanta has been awful, but Atalanta that's gonna be a Champions League final for them.
They've been
Atalanta's
so
playing with chanclas.
I'm not saying that because I think Atalanta should win the game. No, Milan should literally go there and Milan's home. They should steamroll them. But I think it'd be, I don't know. I just feel like Atalanta's gonna treat the game as like a final.
You know that,
There's
right?
No way that they won't.
This team, Atalanta, has been playing like they have slippers on.
Yeah, dude.
They don't have soccer.
They've fallen off.
They lost.
They're so bad.
They have
just came back. But.
They have fallen off, man. Atalanta. Look at them, dude. Their recent form is like awful. They haven't won since the 20th of March. Lose to Napoli 3-1, tie to Leipzig, lose to Sassuolo, lose to Leipzig, knocked out of Europa League, and yesterday they lose to Hellas.
It is a tough schedule. It is a tough schedule.
But if Atalanta the last few years were the healthy squad, they get results.
But they're smelly right now.
Dude, if it was the Atalanta from the COVID year, they would have won the championship.
They beat Napoli. That's enough for me to know that they smell right now. That's enough. I mean, Napoli beat them. Sorry. Napoli beat them. That's enough proof to me that they smell.
Yeah, there's really no conversation there. I think it's Inter to lose. I know they still have like everyone still likes to talk about Inzaghi because like he never won with Lazio whatever, and everyone's like, oh, it's Inzaghi, they can still choke.
Sure.
All right. Let's talk about a real soccer player, please. I want to talk about this stupid league.
Karim the Dream Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema's.
Oh, man,
if he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, it's. I mean, it already doesn't mean shit because Messi won it last year. It doesn't mean anything if Messi won it. Like Messi was not the best player last year, but if there ever was like a guy that isn't Messi and Modric or Ronaldo because of that 1 year of Modric that should win it, and it's 100% going to be that person, it's going to be him this year. Like
has to be.
He is. I was watching him over the weekend. It's against Sevilla, but like not even just the goals, just everything.
No, but not even the goals, just everything he does. You see him. He plays as the 9, and he drops in and he fills lines, and the center halves won't follow him, so he can drop back. He can dictate play. He's good on the ball as well. We know, and he links it. He brings Vinicius into play. He brings Rodrigo into play. When he has his chances, he scores back-to-back hat tricks. Dude, Benzema is in the form of his life, and he deserves it. He deserves every bit of it. After being in the shadows of Ronaldo for so many years, he deserves it.
Look, if Suarez's mom swallowed, he'd be the best striker I've ever seen.
Yo! Where the fuck did that come from? Thank God. Okay. 100%. Benzema, Suarez, Lewandowski. Put him in the top 3. Disney,
Suarez, Benzema, Lewa.
Which Suarez?
I mean, which Suarez? Which other one?
Luis.
No, which Suarez? Like,
what other one?
Which year?
Oh no, which year?
He's saying career. Like
when you put ranking, what are you talking about? Which? When you put rankings, you just automatically assume it's prime.
Okay, now I'm asking you, which Suarez was your favorite?
Oh, the MSN. Come on, he's the greatest you've ever, dude. He's the best striker of this generation, 100%.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying that was his prime, but I personally liked Liverpool.
Liverpool. But Liverpool, sure, but that was him. Like that was his breakout.
That Liverpool team was
but the more refined,
he was giving Glenn Johnson assists.
No, I get it. But that was his breakout. Like when you talk about refined, like he was refined at MSN. Yeah. That was when he was
at MSN.
That's the top of his game. That is one of the greatest strikers you're ever gonna see.
Everything.
Like he's one of the best ever because of that. You know what I mean? Like his years in Barcelona are like not real. His stats are disgusting.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the greatest trio of all time.
All right. Well, actually, let me ask you something about Benzema, right? Because I saw people saying after Real Madrid went through, and then they were talking about coaches, and and Klopp and Pep and all these, right? I saw something that said Carlo Ancelotti has never developed a player in his life from Cassano said that. Remember, me and Luca were talking about this. He made a comment. He probably just did it to get, I don't know, whether he's psycho or just did it for clicks. He said Ancelotti's never developed a player in his life. Now, obviously, Ancelotti's coached for so long, but do you give any of this credit of what Benzema's doing to a manager like Ancelotti, or you solely think it's just pure out of Benzema's talent?
I think. Go ahead.
Sorry. It's a resurgence. Benzema's already good. I'm just saying, do you think that this resurgence is due to Ancelotti being there again?
I don't know. I think that.
Look, or have a hand in it.
I think that when you play in a club like Real Madrid for so long, there's a reason. And even though, players are not going to have 11, 12 years of just highs, they're going to have years where they're going to come up short. They're going to be struggling for form. There was a time that Ronaldo used to literally give Benzema the ball so he could take the penalties. Instead of completing his hat trick, he give it to Benzema so he gets on the score sheet. But I think that Benzema's a player that we know he's always hardworking, whether it's on the field or in training sessions, or you see videos of him in the gym. The guy he's an animal. I think that, maybe having a guy like Ancelotti there is maybe sparks something in his career. But I think that having all these wonderful players around him and Benzema being patient and taking his chance, I think it's only normal that a player like that is going to get better with age. That's my opinion.
Cassano's right. He's actually right with what he said.
Really?
It's just that he the way he says it is wrong. The way he says it is because he's got to, he's got to clickbait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's the right way?
He's got to make headlines. But
yeah,
the thing with Ancelotti is there's a reason why Ancelotti with Real Madrid and Milan and all those big teams, he's won so much, right?
Yeah.
And then with a team like Napoli and Everton and those smaller teams, he's failed miserably. And there's a reason, because he is not a coach for developing players.
No, he's a coach that has the players and then he just puts them in the right place.
He's a manager for the best players.
He's a managers for the best players. Exactly. There's different managers. There's the Pep Guardiola that would never work on a Napoli. I don't care what anyone says. And then there's the Maurizio Sarri that is built for a Napoli and that will never work on a Juve. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, when we're going a while back, we're going to when Zidane was the manager. We're going back to when Zidane was still playing on Juve.
Yeah.
Ancelotti became the manager, and Ancelotti, he realized what a freaking talent that he had in Zidane. And we're talking about Zizou. We're not talking about any other average player. We're talking about one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He said, I'm building this team around him. Zidane needs to play free. Zidane needs to play as a 10. Zidane doesn't have a role. Zidane just plays. And he built the team around that. If that makes sense. So what Dan is saying is right. Where you have the best talents of the world, he's the best person to manage them. That's it.
It's another example that I could think of. Tata Martino. You remember that guy?
Tata Martino, yeah.
He's a great manager. And they even brought him for Barcelona. He didn't work, but he goes to other teams and he's always successful. Smaller teams. Because there's just different types of managers. There's just
would you
Ancelotti
put
is that
in that class?
Even that too. He didn't work out at a big club, but I mean, not to say that Villarreal is not a big club, because they are a big club. They clearly are. They're in the semifinals of the Champions League. But there's not the magnitude of history. Their magnitude is not at the same level as PSG, where he failed horrendously.
Yeah.
And
another step. Look, Arsenal have been dreadful, but Arsenal historically will always be bigger than a PSG. They'll always be bigger than Villarreal. Have they been? Have we been old enough to see Arsenal be this fantastic team? No, because that literally came when we were kids. But yeah, no.
So that's what Ancelotti is. So Cassano does have a point. He is right. He's just saying it that way because he's got to gain a reaction, get people to watch his show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, I was curious. That's what I figured was, and I remember even Champions League broadcast said the same thing you said. Like I think that's what everyone really agrees with. He's just a great manager with legendary players, basically.
He's probably the greatest of all time at that. He might actually be the greatest manager of all time as a manager.
Yeah.
Then there's the Sir Alex Fergusons that they encompass everything about managing. Managing, developing
the club.
Everything. He is the greatest coach of all time. Like he is when you look at what a coach should be, he's everything.
Sir Alex Ferguson was the club. He was the scouting, the development, the youth, obviously the managing. He did everything.
He was everything.
Bro, Sir Alex Ferguson might as well have been like the translator and like the social media guy for Manchester United. He did everything.
Yeah. Then I became him on Call of Duty, and he helped me instill me. He helped instill his coaching talents into me as well.
Final circle of every game, John. If Johnny dies, you're in good hands, man.
Bro,
coach from the couch.
Yeah.
Luca, go there. Luca, behind you. Reload. Every step, he's got you.
One day we'll play while recording, and you guys will see. It's funny.
We'll stream.
Thanks for being with us on this new episode of Calcio Basta.
Yeah, it was a nice long one, but I mean, it was fun. We had a good time.
It was therapeutic.
Yeah, honestly, it changed my mood today, so that's good. All right, so appreciate you guys coming to watch and listen. We really appreciate all the feedback, even though like if it's privately, you guys speaking to us and telling us we're doing something right, or you just enjoy some of it. We appreciate it. So follow us on TikTok and Twitter, Calcio Basta TM. We still got to get a logo made for sure. And it's in the works.
Come on, you don't like the fiery soccer ball? Come on.
Follow us on YouTube, Calcio Basta as well, and we appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Ciao.
Ciao a tutti.